Hey guys, what's up? What's up? It's me, your Middleman CEO, Shon-Jhon. Welcome back to the channel. For everybody who's new, just do me a huge favor if you don't mind. Hit subscribe, hit thumbs up. That way YouTube's algorithm, whatever that is, grabs these videos and shares them with people just like you who need the content, who need to find a new way to make money, who want to catch the new wave. So let's jump into it really quickly. By the way, I just want to say, first of all, this blows my mind. I'm truly humbled. I know it's not much compared to some of the bigger channels, but I always say, look, I'm just happy to have an audience. I'm just happy to have a person watching. I'm just happy to have anybody listening to this content and using it to change their lives. So for me to have 1,000 subscribers on the channel blows my mind. I'm super humbled. I appreciate it tremendously. You guys don't know how much it means to me to know that there's at least 1,000 people who care or give a damn or somewhat of a damn about what I have to say. And so I really appreciate that. I just want to say thank you. And I do not take it for granted. So this channel is designed to do a few things: change your money perspective, get you out of the habit to relying on a paycheck and a job for the rest of your life. Please don't do that. I'm always letting you know that, look, there is financial slavery. It is a real thing today, and it's voluntary. So you don't have to do it, right? You don't have to put yourself in that tough situation. But I know for a lot of us, whenever we were growing up, we weren't really shown any alternatives. And so that makes you just like me, because I wasn't shown any other alternatives. And it wasn't until I got older, got a family, got into some hard financial situations. How hard? Very hard, like homeless hard. And for the third time, I was homeless in 2017, and I was like, I got to do something about it. So the first time I was homeless, I was in high school, my senior year of high school. The second time was somewhere in between that, and the third time was 2017. And let me tell you, it wasn't fun. So I just try to share with you some things because I know life is hard. I know finances are tough. I go out there, I see the gas prices, $3 a gallon here in Dallas. And man, listen, your car's not going to run without the gas, so you got to have it, right? Things cost more, yes, but we got to have it. You got to have a place to stay. I know they doubled your rent. I know it's not fair. I know they didn't do any renovations. They just went up in greed and charged you more, but you got to have it. And so I just want to be here to encourage you that, listen, time's going to get hard, and there are people who are dealing with recessions. But I just want to teach you how to be recession proof, because you don't necessarily have to, I'll say it this way. A recession is voluntary. You can participate or not participate. The only thing it's going to come down to is, are you prepared to not have to participate in the recession? There are some people, all right, so I just told you a second ago, gas is about $3 a gallon here in Dallas today. There are some people here in Dallas, well, a lot of people, and not just in Dallas, in your city, in her city, in his city. There are lots of people, even around the world. I got a message from someone asking about, can this work around the world? 100%. Does Uber work around the world? 100%. Right? And I love that question. And I love, more importantly, that there are people around the world. I need to find out where this guy was from. Unbelievable that somebody on the other side of the country is watching this channel. Blows my mind, right? From a guy who barely made it through high school, a guy who was homeless in 2017 and who had just a jacked up life, and now I'm able to share content with people from around the world. I love that. I think it's great. And but there are people who are not participating in the recession. There are people who make enough money today to where they don't give a damn how much the gas prices cost. They don't care that bacon is 2 times what it was a year ago. They don't care that a $500,000 house went up to $1 million. They don't care. Why? Because their money doesn't care. You only care. I'll show you something. You only care. This is why you care. Because you're in the habit of doing this. You're in the habit of time equals money. That means the more time you sell, the more money you make, right? The higher the percentage of time you sell to your job, the more your paycheck is. So when you go to the gas station, let's say you go to the gas station and the gas is $3 a gallon, which is absurd, but it is. Then you think about, all right, the total is going to cost me to fill up this 20-gallon tank. Just say you have 20 gallons, $60, right? And now the first thing you're going to think about is on my job, I make $15 an hour. And now you're gonna do the math and you're gonna say that's 4 hours of my life. The reason it's getting to you and affecting you in a negative way, and the reason it stresses you out, is because you pay for your life with your time. You buy things with your life. Think about that. If it takes 4 hours to fill up your gas tank, that's 4 hours of your life that you're using. It's your life. Your time is like a currency. 4 hours of your life that you're using just to put gas in your car. And so I know the feeling. It ain't good. It ain't a fun feeling to pull up there and have to figure out how much gas you can put in your car because you still have your family to feed. Am I talking too fast? Am I being too real? Right? So when you pull up to the gas tank, you find out, hey, like, I got to make a decision. I got this to do. I got that to do. So how do I stretch this, not drive as much? And I'm just telling you that there's a way that you can change your finances without having to work hard, right? And so if you look up here, you see the Uber wave, right? And what I'm talking about is, now I've never surfed in my life, but I've heard from surfers and I've seen videos where surfers, they'll be there for hours waiting on that one wave to come through, right? And then they'll get hype, excited. You'll see them grab the board, rush out to the ocean and get set up, and they'll forget about the sharks and the killer whales and God knows what else is in there. And they'll run out and they'll jump on that opportunity. They'll forget everything else. They'll run out to that because they've been waiting all day, just like you've been waiting all your life for an opportunity. And they'll run out, dive onto that board, stroke it out. You gotta put some effort in there to get to. And these guys and girls will get out there and they're in great shape because they do this all the time. And they're diving and swimming out to that wave. And then when they get out there, because I want to do it one day, they jump up on that board and oh my gosh, they ride that wave until there's nothing left. And then they can get off the board and go home because they've been waiting for that opportunity. And just like them, you and I, we've been waiting for opportunities our whole life. And Uber showed up and showed us, not only did they create, but they showed us an opportunity to change our lives so we can be recession proof and not have to live paycheck to paycheck, selling our entire lives just to make a measly few dollars a week, right? And then watch inflation gobble that up like a hungry hippo. And then we have to start back at zero. And I'm telling you, you don't have to participate in inflation. It's voluntary. All you have to do is make a decision in your mind that I'm not going to depend on my job and my paycheck as my only source of income. That's how I started. I was like, man, I don't like this feeling because if anything happens to me or happens to my job, it's going to disrupt my entire family. We will be in a recession tomorrow, tonight, some of you. And so you don't want to be that vulnerable. That means your job has too much leverage, too much control over your life. And you got to get away from that mentality. And so Uber showed up and then Uber says, hey, I'm going to show you a blueprint. They didn't say this to me personally, but they kind of did, right? Wink, wink. So Uber showed up and said, Shon, I'm going to show you something. What do you have in your phone? What do you have in your hand? I said, iPhone. And they said, you make money on that phone? No, I don't. Let me show you how to make money, right? And so Uber said, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this process called CMB. And I said, talk to me, baby. I didn't say it like that, but I probably would have because I was excited. And Uber said, I'm going to use this process called CMB. And C stands for customer. B stands for business. I'm not the best writer. And M stands for middleman. Right? Now, they didn't call me and tell me this. I wish they would have. And then they said, look, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go out and find someone, a passenger who needs a ride. We're going to find somebody who needs a ride. And then we're going to find somebody who has a car. And if that person is willing to share their car with that rider, we're going to allow them to do so. And we're going to connect them. And in between that, in the gap, we're going to get paid. I call it commission pay. So Uber's going to take a commission every time a rider connects with a driver. And every time a driver connects with a rider, Uber's going to make a commission. Well, that blew my mind because I knew that Uber didn't own the driver and they didn't own the car. I knew that Uber was not out there riding people around. I have yet to see an Uber executive in a car. I have yet to see Jeff Bezos and Amazon in a car, on the back of a truck, I should say. I have yet to see the owner of McDonald's. Can't think of the guy's name right now, but the movie is great, The Founder. I have yet to see him cooking hamburgers. So that taught me really quickly, wait a minute. I go to these hotels, I see the hotel staff doing all the work. I never see the owner who makes all the money, right? And so that taught me you don't have to work hard to make the money. You just got to work smarter. You just got to put a blueprint in place and then use that blueprint to make yourself some money. Listen, I know there are some of you who are in a good position financially and you watch this channel, and I appreciate it. And guess what? This might not be for you, and that's okay. It's not for everybody, right? It's only for a few people, few certain people, and those are the ones who want to change their lives financially. Those are the ones who look at their bank account and go, this is not enough, this ain't working, this is not going to cut it. The ones who look up and go, I want to live a better life, better quality lifestyle than what I live now. I got to make some changes. Some of you, you might have a lot of money and this might not be something you want to do, and I respect that. But for most of us, we need to make some extra money and we don't want to have to work hard to do it. There's no rule that says, no law that says you have to work hard to make money. Look at the people who built the companies. They're not the ones doing the work, right? You don't see CEOs at Raising Cane's doing the work. You don't see that. You see the employees doing the work because they built the system. So I'm showing you a blueprint, a system that'll keep you recession-proof and change your life. If you want to catch the wave, I call it the Uber wave, because I go, hey, when somebody shows up and say, how do you know it'll work? Well, Uber's already done it. They've been doing it for years. Not just Uber, Instacart, Amazon, all these middleman companies, Airbnb. You don't have to own anything and you can still get rich. Now, I'm not telling you that you're going to get rich. I haven't even made $1 million off of this, but I have made 77 my first year. And then our goal for 2024 is 350,000 this year. Just being transparent with you. So one day I hope to be at $1 million a year, of course, but at 350 a year, I can really live the life I want to live. In fact, I would tell you that if you were at 150 a year, you can live a really good life and inflation's not going to bother you, right? So how do you get to that? Well, you want to be around one thing I'll share with you, because you want to find a customer, you want to connect them to a business, and you want to be the middleman. So I'll show you an example. So let's say, for instance, you have a friend. Most of us have friends who have small businesses. Your friend owns because your friend's going to be the business, right? So, and you're going to be the middleman, you. And your friend owns a home cleaning service. We'll just put cleaning. And he or she is excellent at what they do. They've been doing it for a while. They're really good at it. But they're not great at getting customers. They're great at doing the job. So that works perfectly for you and me, because we don't want to do the job. We want to be great at getting customers. So all you're going to do is go out, advertise on some free platforms, some affordable or cheap platforms. You don't even really have to put advertisers out sometimes. You could almost word of mouth and get a customer. So you can talk to a friend at the gym and say, hey, who cleans your house? Well, I don't really have anybody. Hey, I got this friend, does great work. Bam, I'm going to set it up. Boom, in motion. So you're going to advertise and get a customer. That's all you're going to do. You're going to promote the business, get a customer. Promote is better because you don't always have to advertise. You can just promote the business by just, hey, you can pass out a business card and have a customer. So yeah, because that's what I do when we're like booking for our moving service. If I'm playing basketball or something and somebody mentioned, hey, yeah, I'm about to move and blah blah blah, bam, all of a sudden I'm in there. I'm like, hey, where are you moving to? Perfect. You found a company? No. Hey, look, I got a company that these guys are excellent in there. They're gonna give you a great price. Tell them I sent you. I'm gonna get the information. Bam. Right? And so I promote the business. And then as soon as I promote the business, or as soon as you promote the business to your friend who's a cleaner, then you're going to get the information, connect them, and then you're going to get paid for the connection. So it's going to work this way. You're going to tell somebody that that needs a cleaning, that you have someone who could do the cleaning. You're going to capture their information right here. They're going to become a customer, and then you're going to get, so it works this way. To lay it out for you, make it very easy. So in doing this, you're going to capture your information. That's where you get the customer booking. So you're going to book the customer, and then as soon as you book the customer, you're going to take a commission deposit. That means you're going to get paid. So when you book that customer for your friend's cleaning, that customer is going to pay you a deposit up front. That's your money. And then as soon as you get paid on your deposit, you're simply going to send the work to your friend or to somebody you met. You're just going to dispatch. So you're going to book, you're going to get paid, and you're going to dispatch. We call it book, deposit, and dispatch, right? But you're going to book the job, and then as soon as you get the information, you're going to take a deposit. And then as soon as you get the information and the deposit, you're just going to forward the work to your friend who's the cleaner, and then that person's going to do all the work. Whatever amount of money they make after that has nothing to do with you. You only take a deposit, and you're out of there. That's it. So after I take my deposit, whether it's $150, $250, does not matter. I'm back to doing whatever I want to do that day. And until somebody else calls or texts or emails me for a quote, I'm done. And so if you want to do the things you want to do, you want to go for walks, go for drives, eat ice cream, spend time with your family and friends, take trips, take vacations, well, you're going to have to make money while you do that. And the way to do it is to use your cell phone to do that. And the way to use your cell phone to do it is to catch that Uber wave so you can have a recession-proof side hustle that changes your life. And all you got to do, book, get paid, dispatch. If you want to learn more, I'll drop the link in the first comment below for the masterclass. Jump into it, very affordable. Anybody can do it, only if you want to do it, right? So if you want to make extra money, I made $77K my first year without really knowing what I was doing. So if that's something that excites you and you're like, hey, I would love to learn to make extra income, and I do have the time to put into study, I do have the will to change my life, and I want a better life, then click the link in the first comment below, and I'll see you in the masterclass and training. And but other than that, guys, listen, don't depend on your jobs. Don't depend on these paychecks. They can be taken away from you at any day. You could even get hurt and lose it. So don't rely on that. You've got to put your future and your life into your hands. Put your finances into your hands. And I promise you it'll work out for the best. But you got to make that decision. And I'm hoping that I said something that'll help you to make that decision today. Make the right decision. Change your life. I'm Shon-Jhon, the Middleman CEO. I can't wait to hear from you guys. Question or comment, drop it down low. I'll see it. And I'll try to get back as soon as I can. Let's help this channel blow up. Tell at least one person about it. But if a week from now you want to be using your phone to make money and thinking about firing your boss, maybe 6 months from now, then this is the right place for you, the right channel. Get into the course. Link in the first comment below. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.